Hey everyone, in this video we are going to learn how to do the Jake layering assignment, which is following the Finn layering assignment. It's going to be a bit similar to the Finn project in terms of learning different selection tools. So for the Finn exercise, we learned how to use the lasso tool as well as the magnetic lasso tool. We also learned how to select something from an existing image, then cut and paste it so that it would create its own new layer. We are going to do something similar with Jake, but we are going to use different and new selection tools to do that. The first thing I'm going to do is open from computer. I have already downloaded the Jake original JPEG file from Schoology. Go ahead and do that if you haven't done so already. I'd like to point out that when you are downloading an image from Schoology, if you click on the attachment, there will be a button that says download file on the bottom left of the picture. Go ahead and do that instead of right-clicking and trying to save the image, because if you do that, you're going to get a very low resolution image. So I'm going to open from computer, and here's my file, Jake Original. Just like last time, we're going to have this layer called background. What we are going to do, because we're going to need two eyes for Jake's face, but I've only included one black circle and one white circle, we're going to make duplicates of these two layers later on. This is the snout, this is the nose, and then this is Jake's weird mouth flap. I'm not really sure what else to call it. We are going to be using two different tools to select the different pieces of Jake's face for this project. The first tool that we'll be using is in the toolbar. It's the fourth tool down. It almost looks like a little bean in this dotted square. We're going to click and hold that. Both of these tools are under this tool menu. The first one that we're going to use is called the Magic Wand tool. The Magic Wand tool is useful for selecting one color on a Photoshop or Photopea file. So it's going to be perfect for me to select this white circle, this black circle, and this black oval. I want to point a few settings out for the Magic Wand tool. The setting I want to show you guys is called tolerance. By default, Photopea has set my tolerance to 10. The lower the number in tolerance, the more specific the colors it's going to select. If I set my tolerance to 100, it will try to select the whole document. So it selected the gray, it selected this white piece, it selected more colors than I wanted it to. I'm gonna go ahead and go to select and deselect to undo what I just did. And I'm gonna set the tolerance back to 10. That's just to show you guys what tolerance does. The smaller the number, the more specific the color it will pick. So now that I've set it to 10, I'm going to go ahead and click on the white circle here. And you'll notice that it is automatically selecting anything white. It's ignoring everything that's gray outside of that white circle. Now that I've selected the white circle, I'm going to go to Edit, Cut, just like we did before, and then Edit, Paste. This is the highlight for Jake's eye. So I'm going to go ahead and call this highlight right eye. I'm going to have two eyes on Jake, so I'm going to make a duplicate of this layer. To make a duplicate of this layer, first we need to make sure that it's selected in the layer panel. Then we're going to go to Layer and Duplicate Layer. Another way to do that is just to right-click the layer from the layer panel and then click Duplicate Layer. You can do either one and they will produce the same result. So I've made a duplicate, and you know that it's a duplicate because at the end it says copy. I'm going to rename it, and I'm just going to call it highlight left eye. Now I'm going to continue using the Magic Wand for the actual eyeball for Jake. I'm going to make sure that I'm on the background layer before I use the Magic Wand tool. So I'm going to click background and then I'm gonna click right over this black circle. Then I'll go ahead and do the same thing. I'll go to edit, cut, and edit, paste. Now I have a copy of Jake's eye, so I'm gonna rename that layer to right eye. Then I'll make a duplicate of this layer by right-clicking it and going to duplicate. And I'll call it left eye. The last thing that we need to use the magic wand tool on is the nose. Again, I'm going to go back to that original layer that we've been sourcing all of these elements from, which is the background layer. Then I will click on the nose and again go to edit, cut, and edit, paste. I'll go ahead and rename this layer to nose. That's it for the magic wand tool. Go ahead and move on to the next video to learn how to use the quick selection tool.